Hello and welcome to another session of Rain in News, another episode actually. In today's session, today's discussion, we are focusing on a success story of how rainwater harvesting is being used in the tourism trade and how it is helping to make the business green. So with us in the program today, we have Mr. Shahadat Hossain. So Shahadat.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So welcome to the program, to the interview, Shahadat. Shahadat is an engineer having a postgraduate degree in disaster management, and also is on resource engineering from Bangladesh, and he has done several. He has been engaged in several national projects since 2009. In Bangladesh on urban drainage, mathematical modeling, sewerage modeling, solid waste master planning, and climate-related adaptations. So he has also authored several publications, plus contributed to many of the key journals. And he was also a speaker and a SARNET, and he's also a SARNET. He was a speaker at the recently concluded second SARNET International Conference, and he's also an active member of SARNET. So he's currently he's the founder, managing director, and CEO of Oak Reeds in Dhaka, Bangladesh, which is a youth-led organization in Bangladesh that is promoting different consultancy and professional practices together with youth. So welcome to the program, Shahadat. So it's yeah, welcome and thank you again. We are happy and pleased to have you. Because you are one person who has actually done work on trying to understand the relevance of rainwater harvesting for tourism industry. So in that, if we are to discuss about it, so people will want to know, our friends who are watching this program will want to know why rainwater harvesting and why it is for Bangladesh. What are the problems that makes rainwater harvesting relevant for the region and for an industry such as tourism, and how it is being used. So yes, over to you, Shahadat. So yes.
Thank you, Dhanushi. So it's a nice to meet you all again. So it was a nice program last year. So I visited Sri Lanka first time, and it was a great program by SARNET. So actually, lots of people, lots of gatherings, and lots of communications, connections, and experience sharing, which helps me to explore a lot in the world. So that's why we are now working with the rainwater harvesting in the tourism sector. Actually, in tourism sector here in Bangladesh, there is some mountainous areas like Sylhet, Sajek, Khagrachari, Sundarban, Bandarban, and also Sri Mangal, where there is a lots of mountains, tea gardens, and a lot of things there. So that's why there is a huge rainfall. So people can store this rainfall rains in their storage tank or different lakes or something like that, which can be used in the dry period. So that's why we are focusing on the capacity building as well as for resource owner, for houses and mountainous people to store lots of rainwater, which can be used in dry period, which is very helpful for them. Because you know that in mountainous areas there is a scarcity of water in dry period, but there is no river or some source of lakes or some springs which is too far from the houses. In Sajik, I already shared in the experience with the SARNET, like lots of lot of people are going to collect their drinking water from 5 kilometer to 10 kilometer by walking. So that's why rainwater can be used, and I think we also can explore the locations as well as to make their capacity building to make a storage tank like pumping tank or something like that, which can be very much helpful for them. Lots of people now are using plastic tanks like a 10 liter, 5,000 liter, 10,000 liter, but actually for long term drinking water purposes this is very harmful for the local people. So that's why I am just taking initiative to build a pumpkin tank here in Sri Mangal, which I can share with you, like what is the locations and how it can be worked and how we design and exploring later on. So actually, we are now going to start our construction of 5 meter cube, where we can store almost 5,000 liter of water. Is a fresh cement rainwater tank. The background of this location, this is a resort which is owned by some of partner of me with me, and this is a huge area, about 76 acres of land. There is some resource, some rooms, some valleys, and some ponds, and also this is a huge rainfall areas. So this is a background of these locations. There is a mud house and also some guest house and all these things. So later on, I will share. Actually, for the climate change, with the rising of temperature and weather unpredictability, there is a threat of ecosystem. So this is very important for rainwater also. Rainwater harvesting is a solution to tackle these challenges. Rainwater can only be addressed by water scarcity areas, like also to contribute climate resilience solutions. So changing of climate and also the rainfall pattern, we can store this water before going to the sea. So you know that there is lots of water is here, so we can store it and we can use it later. So for this study area, Sri Mangal is a northern part of the Bangladesh. It's known as lush green landscape. So this region is a tropical monsoon climate. So that's why some dry and wet period also is there. And the average rainfall of Sri Mangal is more than 3,334 millimeters per year. So that's why it's a huge rainfall. So that's why you can use this rainwater rather than the groundwater. The highest rainfall of these areas last June to October, where we can store this water. The months of July and August tend to receive maximum amount of rainfall. So that's
So
why.
may I disturb? Yeah. So Sri Mangal is one of the areas which has in Bangladesh. Is it the highest area with highest rainfall, or are there any other
Yeah,
areas?
highest rainfall of Bangladesh, right? And
Okay.
it is closer to the Meghalaya range, where you can
Meghalaya range. Okay. Right.
just beside the Meghalaya range. So that's a huge amount of rainfall is there. So that's a huge amount of water is rainwater harvesting can be used, and people are using water, but not too much because you know that for the scarcity of the water, when they are scared, there is a scarcity of water in groundwater also. So that's why we are choosing this area for using some development a pumping tank. This is the study area. So you can see this, the Tilagaon Eco Village. This is the Kamalganj, and beside this is India. Meghalaya range is there, just like of the eastern part, and the Meghalaya range is western part, and there is another is the Molwe Baja. These all areas are very rainfall, and huge amount of rainfall is there yet around. And also for the Eco Bliss, we also there is a huge amount of finest tourist attraction. So that's why people are coming here, and huge amount of tourists and huge amount of water need to be uh, ready for them to use. And also there is a rainforest called Lawachara National Park. This is closer to the resort. So that's why this pumpkin tank where rainwater can be stored and utilized for the tourist uses. This is very initial stage of planning. So that can be used, and when one storage tank can be placed in there, I think many people can see it and explore it, and they can know it about the pumpkin tank and how this is can be used. And also this is the location. This is very beautiful location of the Tilagaon Eco Village. This is a huge rainfall pattern is there. Lots of people are coming there. So I think pumpkin tank can be introduced then for the storage of the rainwater tank, rainwater harvesting on uses, as well as for the climate resilience and sustainable solution for the water uses. And how we are designing this rainwater harvesting pumpkin tank, like we estimated the water demand and calculating the design and potential catchment area of this area, then the how we can deliver the system, sizing the storage reservoir, and there is a structural design already we finished, and installation of water extraction devices. So this is the design which we will need will going to store it. And this water can be used in two types. One is there is a valley like the lower town, there is an flushing a toilet. So I think 5 to 6 months the flush water can come to this tank water. So that was very much effective. Like we will not use about this water for the purposes of like that for flushing. We will not use the groundwater, we will use this and also there is a lots of people are come for washing hands. So also we can use this water because this is in valley. So this is an upper portion of the rooftop. So that's why water storage there, and water can be connected to the hand washing bin where they can wash their hand by this rainwater. And we will use a very much important and very much innovative rainwater harvester. This is produced by in our country, and this is very cost friendly, like almost $10 per piece, and it will be used to yard around. This prototype developed for the southeast zone of the Bangladesh, where surface water is undrinkable. So that's why we can use this filter for the purpose of the filter of this rainwater. So that's the prototype is collect for the filter from water from the rooftop to the houses. This is developed as a design where the maintenance is minimum. And the primary filter is about 100 mesh, and the secondary filter is 1 micron. So that's why the filter is developed for the backwash feature, where there is no need for disassemble the filter. This is very friendly, and we are now using in the coastal areas. So now we will use it in our pumping tank as a filter material. Yeah,
yeah. Again, I would like to ask a question about like, so already these filters are being used in coastal areas
areas
for
as huge amount.
purifying drinking water, like rainwater, is it?
Yes, rainwater. Last year in 2023, we produced almost 1.5 lakhs of this filter and
Okay.
using in the coastal areas for rainwater storage. But all are using in the large number of plastic tanks. But first time we are now using it for the pumpkin tank. So that's why we are collecting it, and we are designed according to this size that we can use this filter on the pumpkin. And also, I think when next time I will come to Sri Lanka, I will bring 1 or 2 filter like this for your gift. So
Nice.
actually, it's very useful and user friendly. And in the coastal areas, they are working very well because we are testing the water quality. Like when the filter material will using, the water quality is far more better than the local filter.
So this filter technology is, if anybody is interested in getting filters and also learning about the how whom do they reach, should they contact you, or we could?
Sure. And also it's very much easy to use and very cost effective, only $10. purposes, and yearly you can use one filter. Every year you can change it, and very much it's an just replace the filter in the location, just use it again. So that's it. It's very user friendly. So actually this is from my side, where we are now working on this, as well as we are also doing some research that how we can use this rainwater like for storage, for incharge in the ground, and we can increase the amount of the groundwater that can be used later on. So that's why we are using this technology year around for the coastal people. You know that in the coastal area there is a lots of saline problem in this region. So that's why they are very much depends on the rainwater. So that's why they are storage, but there is a less amount of rainfall. But where we are using this in Sri Mangal, Sri Mangal is the most rainfall area in our country, almost more than 3,000 millimeter rainfall every year. So there's a lots of water here. But in the tourist place, we are using this in the tourist places like that. People can know about how we can store the water, how we can store water for reuses. Then people can disseminate this knowledge to other people that we can use this ferrocement pumping tank, which is in the areas where there is very scarcity of the water. This can be used because we want to make the nation plastic free, but people are using plastic tanks very easily. That's why this is also cost friendly and user friendly. People are using it, but for long term water is not safe here, where in pumping tank the water can be saved by 4 to 5 months, but in plastic tanks it's hardly 2 months can be used. Other than there is some impurities can grow, and the water is contaminated with some bacteria or something like that, which is very much harmful for people. So that's why we just introduced this pumpkin tank in our own resource there, and almost people very much interested to see it, how it can be worked. So I think when people will get an example in our resort, then there is a thousands of resources there in mountainous areas. They can build it easily, and they can introduce this filter material as well as for the rainwater storage tank in Bangladesh. So that's it from my side. So any question from Dhanushi? You can.
Yes. Just summing up, I think all the questions that I wanted to ask from you, particularly you demonstrated how you are planning to do it, the construction, all that, and your recommendations for anybody for the tourism industries, like would you like to say few words of you, like explain how rainwater harvesting by I know one is like for first, like for flushing, and then there is a filter, like considering the amount of water and the when water is used for leisure purposes like that, it will impact the local communities water demand. So rainwater harvesting that way will help maintain while uh, not impacting the lives of local people, but also will help to maintain their livelihoods. So that is one that I see. So you, how would you, as a uh, engineer, like how would you like to uh, uh, explain about it?
Thank you, Dhanushi. It's a very nice question from your side. I think when people are using the rainwater, they can store it for a long time, and also in daily life, like when this is a rainy season. So you need also water in rainy season. So if you use daily life with this rainy season rainwater, then you need not to collect the groundwater from far away from your house. So that's why in rainy season you can store this water, and the filter material can be very much helpful. And for the livelihood pattern, when people are very much aware of this rainwater using, so they can use it through the year. That if you can understand, like for the ancient people, when there is no groundwater technology or surface water or treatment technology, they are using this water. They can collect it, they can use it, and they can store it. So that's why, as an engineer from my side, I am working last 15 years on this sector. So that's why for the coastal people like Bangladesh, there is a huge amount of people, like 22 district people are very much scarcity of the water, because the rivers are in saline water, the groundwater is also impurities. So they are now using rainwater. They are storing the water in very much large size of the tanks, like it's plastic tanks. So they are using this water year around, almost 3 to 4 months they are using. So that's why there is a scarcity of the water in this period they are using it. So that's why the adopting of this rainwater, we need to our people to make some awareness raising programs to use rainwater, and this is very good for people and also for the health by using the filter material, as well as for confirming them like that they can transfer this technology year around, and their neighbor, their people, the local people, all are very much aware of this rainwater. For an example, in Sadek area, when we are started working, in 2017-18, there is 2 or 3 houses they are using rainwater. All are collecting water from the river. This river is called Sadek. It's almost 3 kilometers from their houses, and it's mountainous area. So whole the day from morning to end of the day, they have collected 2 or 3 jar of the water. But now, when we are making the awareness program all around, there is now almost 100+ resorts, and the local people all are now almost using this rainwater. Every houses have a storage tank, but not in fresh cement tank. They are using the plastic tanks, but they are using the rainwater. They are using the rooftop connectivity and the rainwater, as well as they are using this rainwater by taking some technology like filter material for drinking purposes also. So that's why this is a change. So I think not only for the subject, there is an mountainous areas here in Bangladesh like Khagrachuri, Rangamati, all these areas now we are working, as well as we are also working with the Nepal. You know that with EC mode, there is some program for using this rainwater, and also in Sri Lanka, Bhutan, the people are working. We have connection, and we are taking these knowledges and disseminate with the people. This is very much helpful for them to collect this knowledge, and they can use it, and they can have a sustainable solution for this rainwater using for year round.
Thank you, Shahadat, for all the information and insights on rainwater harvesting and the experiences that you have with areas that are like popular tourist destinations in Bangladesh, like Sajek and this other region that you,
Well,
what's
Sajek,
the Sajek?
Khagrachuri, all these mountainous areas, all are tourist places.
Right. So there they have to walk. People, if anybody is interested, anyone engaged in tourism is interested in adopting rainwater harvesting practices, the first point of contact should be you at CEO Creed at Creed's. And then they could also go and go to the sites
Right,
in
sure.
these locations, right?
Um, Anytime anyone can come to Bangladesh to see the technology we are using. Actually, we are taking this technology for low cost, low budget, and user friendly. Otherwise, you cannot reach the poor people, because if you have the budget is very much higher, then people will not be very much interested on that. So that's why we are coming this filter material. It's very costly, only 1200 BDT in Bangladesh. It's very much cheap, I think. So that's why people are using it. And very also the technology for ferrocement tank, I think when we can build it, then there will be some capacity building. We can using this knowledge to other part of the country.
Right. So it's the technology is affordable, and it can be adapted easily. Plus, the ferrocement tank construction, the water quality is better and environmentally friendly because it can be kept for a long time, unlike plastic. So we do not promote the production of plastic. Instead, something which will last for long, the ferrocement pumpkin tanks. So thank you again, Shahadat. So anyone interested in finding out more about Shahadat's work in Bangladesh, they can visit the SARNET website for the papers that he had shared, papers and the presentations he had shared. Thank you again, Shahadat.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care. And if you want to know anything, I think SARNET is a good platform for us. We can share our knowledge, we can disseminate it, and people can know. And this South Asian region, I think it will be a perfect platform for knowledge sharing, which can be used for the rainwater harvesting. So thank you, Tanishi. Thank you very much. And I think hope for the best for SARNET, and the next one we will meet again for SARNET 3. So when the SARNET 3 will become out in this year?
Right. Thank you very much.